And I feel like I've watched a dozen of these how to smell good all the time videos and no one mentions this. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's milanigold here. So in today's video, I will be talking about how to smell good all the time. A lot of times people think that smelling really good has to do with like the perfumes and the fragrances, but there's just so much more that goes into smelling good. And in this video, I'm going to show you guys everything that I do. All of the tips that I mentioned today are tips that I haven't really seen on other videos because I know there's a million and one of these videos, but the tips that I'm giving you guys today, some of them I've just never seen them in any of the videos. So I thought that I would come in here and give you guys my 2 cents on how I smell good. So the first tip on how to smell really good is to drink water. I feel like drinking water is the hack to everything in life, like from weight loss to like skincare. I think that drinking a lot of water has helped me so much, guys, because when you drink so much water, you're releasing all the toxins in your body, and when your body stores these toxins, they could cause like really bad breath or like really bad like armpit odors or even bad odors like down there. So you want to make sure you're drinking water so that you're flushing out these toxins, and water just helps to keep everything fresh and clean, and it also helps to keep you hydrated. It helps with your skin, it helps with weight loss. There's just so many benefits to drinking water. So that is definitely my first tip on how to smell good. So my second tip on how to smell good all the time is to know your body and to know what perfumes and what fragrances work for you. Guys, we have natural scents and no two people have the same scent. A lot of times when I talk about my perfume collections and I see like some of my friends recommend perfumes and then I end up trying those perfumes, they don't work with my body and I end up not liking them as much or not seeing the hype in the perfumes, and that's because I have a different natural scent to my friends. A lot of people rave about vanilla scented perfumes and I absolutely do not like vanilla scented perfumes. I just don't think that it goes well with my body and my natural scent. A lot of times I go for like more woody, more musky, more floral scent, and those are my go-to scents. I've literally made like 3 different perfume collection videos on this channel, so if you want to check out my favorite perfumes, you can check one of those videos out right after this video. Of course, do not click out of this video. One of my favorite scents right now is this perfume called Delish Nacre, and I've talked about this in so many videos. This perfume is so nice. It's very powdery, very floral, very woody, and a little bit of musky, and I think that this just goes with my natural body oil, and it's just so perfect for my body. I also really like Cloud by Ariana Grande. So this tip that I'm going to talk about is very important. I feel like I've watched a dozen of these how to smell good all the time videos and no one mentions this. A lot of people think that smelling good is based on like the perfumes and the fragrances that you put on, which is hugely a part of like smelling good all the time. I also feel like smelling good all the time starts from the house, okay? Like your apartment, your house, your space. I feel like, especially if you're African, like you guys know our African foods have a very strong smells to them, and if you're like me, I like to cook. I love cooking. I'm always cooking, but one thing about me is you can never come to my apartment and it smells like what I'm cooking of what I've cooked, because I make sure that my apartment is very fresh and is very free of like those food smells. I honestly believe that you can use all the perfumes, you can use all the lotions, you can shower like a million times, but if your house smells like food or your house does not smell fresh, you're not gonna smell good all the time. Once or twice a week, I would literally open up all the windows to my apartment and just let everything air out and get new air into my apartment. I do this all the time because I hate when I cook and I have my food still lingering about in the house. I freaking cannot stand that. It gets on my clothes and I leave my house and I'm smelling like jollof rice. I'm smelling like ofada stew. I'm smelling like iru. If you're African, you know what iru is. Iru is so I love iru so much, but that smell, okay? So you want to make sure you're airing out your window, you want to make sure you're airing out your house. And one thing I always do is when I finish cooking, I will boil like cinnamon or something that smells really good, or lemon. I would leave it in the pot and open up the pot and just allow that smell to completely take over the house so that it's not smelling like something more unpleasant. So I always make sure that I'm boiling something that smells really good, or like I do like some bacon or bake a cookie or bake a cake, something that would just take over the apartment and let it smell better than, you know, the stronger scents that I've made. So that's another tip, guys. That is a very important tip. You have to make sure your house is smelling good if you want to smell good all the time, because there's no amount of perfumes, there's no amount of showers that will replace that. If your house is not smelling good, you're gonna walk out and your clothes are gonna be smelling like food, and that is like a big no-no. Like I can't stand that. I can't stand that. Like, that used to happen to me all the time until I started doing this and letting my house air out and just making sure that my house smells good as well. And another thing that I do is I get one of these like house sprays. I don't know what they're called, but I plug this, and I have like 4 or 5 around my house, and I have this plugged in at like all the little corners. So when you enter my apartment, this is the first thing you will smell. I always go for the lavender, or I go for the there's this other flavor, I think it's a summer fresh or something, or tropical. I just have like a lot of them around the house. So I put this in the bathroom, put one in my room, I put one at the entrance of my house, I put one in the living room, one by the kitchen, like just places that I know that if you don't take care of the scent. And even in my closet, guys, because your clothes, and we're gonna get into clothes later, but you want to make sure that your clothes are smelling really, really good, guys. It's not just perfumes, it's not just showering, like those are still important, but you also want to make sure that nothing is sticking on your clothes, because those are the things that really make you smell musty. Because the foods that we make, especially if you live in like a tight space or like an apartment building, the foods like stay on our clothes and it lingers, and you just walk out the house and you're smelling like food, and that is just a big no-no. So I definitely advise you guys to get this. This is I always use the air wick, and I use the lavender, and I use the jasmine oil, and I use this tropical summer scent. I will list all the ones that I use. My house smells amazing, guys, and I always put this at the entrance of the house so that when people walk in, the first thing I get is, oh my gosh, your house smells so good. And I love getting compliments on how I smell, and I love getting compliments on how my house smells as well. So yeah, this is another thing that I do. So the next tip on how to smell good is laundry, guys. Laundry. And I feel like this is such a big thing, and I would rather smell like fresh laundry than smell like any perfume in this world. Honestly, I just love when people smell really good, like when their clothes smell good. It's just, for me, something about that just shows that you're a clean person. And for me, with laundry, I use this laundry detergent, and I get this from Costco. This is the Costco brand, and this is for like really tough stains, and it smells so fresh and so clean. So I use this for laundry detergent, but I don't only stop there, okay? I also add a fabric softener. So if you guys are not familiar with fabric softener, it just makes your clothes smell that much better. I use a fabric softener, and I use a fabric conditioner, and I put like 1 cup of detergent to like 3 cups of fabric softener or fabric conditioner. Fabric conditioner, I use my Downy, and I love this so much. This is the April Fresh scent. It makes my clothes smell so good, guys. Like, my clothes smell so good. I love when my laundry smells really fresh and really clean. Like, I love doing laundry. I love doing laundry. One tip that I would give you guys is, if possible, make sure you air dry your laundry, because when you put it in the dryer, it kind of takes away the scent a little bit. But if you want your clothes to smell really good in the dryer, there's this laundry sheets that I use. I'm gonna show you guys what I use, and I put like 3 or 4, guys. I literally like OD on these sheets. I put like 3 or 4 in my laundry at a time, and it makes my clothes smell so good. And if you have space in your house, I live in an apartment building, so I can't air dry my clothes, because when you air dry your clothes, it smells so much better. Like, the laundry soap stays on and it smells that much stronger. If you can afford to do that, like if you have space or you live in a house, I will recommend air drying your clothes. All right, so the next thing I'm going to talk about is hair, and I'm sure you guys were not expecting me to talk about hair, because I'm telling you guys, if your hair smells good, I feel like hair holds onto perfumes and holds onto fragrances and holds onto odors more than anything in your body. Like, hair traps all types of odors or even fragrances or perfumes. I've seen so many videos and people say to spray, like to put perfume on your hair. Do not put perfume directly on your hair, because it's gonna dry out your hair. It's not recommended. One thing I do is I take my brush, okay, my hair brush, and I spray my perfume, okay, directly on the brush, just a little bit. You don't want it to be too much, because you don't want to put too much perfume on your hair, but you want to put just a good amount so that it smells good. Like, when you walk past people, they're just like, what's on your hair? Like, it smells so good. Or like when you're laying up next to your boo, you know, he's just like smelling your hair, and it's just like, yeah. Or he or she is just smelling your hair, and it's just like, yeah. I spray a little bit of perfume on my hairbrush. I just put a little bit on my hairbrush, and I just use that to comb out my hair, guys. I don't spray my perfume directly on my hair. because I feel like it would leave your hair like really dry and crispy. I just don't advise that. I know there's actually perfumes specifically for the hair. I don't have that type of time to be going and looking for hair perfumes up and down. So this is what I do. I just spray a little bit on my hairbrush and I just use that to brush my hair out, and my hair smells amazing. I feel like hair holds on to all those scents even more than the body, more than like spraying on your clothes. So you definitely want to make sure that your hair is smelling good. You want to use a very nice scented shampoo or conditioner, or like lotion, serums, oils. You want to make sure you're using very nice products on your hair that has like really nice fragrances and really nice scents, so that your hair is really nice and smells really good. When it comes to conditioner, I really like the Aussie brand. That brand, like the conditioner and the shampoo, oh my god, leaves your hair smelling so good. I love that brand. So the next tip on how to smell good all the time is your armpits. Okay guys, armpits are so important. Okay, a lot of times when you find people are not smelling too good, or they have like really bad BO, it usually starts from the armpit, because that's where you get a lot of sweat trapped in. So for armpits, you want to make sure that you have all the hairs removed. You don't want to have like any hair, because hair traps odors. I'm telling you guys, I know so many people don't want to talk about shaving, or so many people don't believe in shaving your armpits, or you know, shaving your hair, and nothing against that. If that's what you want to do, that is what works for you. But for me, I like to keep my hair clean and shaved and just free of anything over there. And then the next thing you want to do is to find a really nice deodorant. Okay, and you want to get a very nice deodorant that is safe. I really love the Native brand, because I think that a lot of these deodorant makes your armpits like really dark, and I've just recently discovered the Native brand and I'm really loving it for right now. So I recommend using a very nice fresh scented deodorant. If you don't want to use deodorant, I recommend this ordinary glycolic acid, and I'm going to show you guys what I'm talking about. Just use that on your armpit, and I promise you guys, you're not going to get any odors. I promise you. Another tip on how to smell good all the time, and I feel like this is for my women, this is for my ladies, is to take care of your lady parts, like the area down there. And I'm going to start a whole series on my channel on how to take care of that area specifically. I feel like that's something that I'm very cautious about, and that's something that I feel like there's so many different opinions on what to do and what not to do. So I think it's a good area for me to share my 2 cents on what works for me and what hasn't worked for me. Because one thing about me, guys, I am not complicated. When it comes to taking care of myself, I don't believe in buying a million products. Like, I will always, like on this channel, I've always told you guys that everything I mention on this channel has to be not too out of reach, not too expensive, and accessible, and not like an overload of products. I'm just not a product hoarder. I just don't like to keep buying new things. I am such a wise spender, and I don't believe in buying like a dozen things to keep up with yourself, as I'm so simple when it comes to keeping up with myself. Everything I'm talking about today is easily accessible or affordable. Speaking of lady parts, I always, and anybody that knows me in real life knows this, I always keep wipes on me. If I'm going out, I have wipes on me. In my bathroom, I have wipes. Like, I know there's like so many people that use like Summer's Eve or Vagisil, and I'm guilty because I do use them, but I don't use them every day, guys. It's gonna mess up your pH balance, and it's also gonna cause a bunch of infections that you don't like if you're using it every day. You want to be very delicate with that area down there. Honestly, water is just enough. I don't feel clean when I just use tissue. Okay, I use baby wipes, and I use the non-scented flushable wipes because I just think it's so much easier. And I always have this brand from Walmart. It's called the Equate brand. This is the one that I use. I also use Good Wipes. If you guys are not familiar with Good Wipes, I will link it in the description box as well. So I always use the flushable wipes so I can just wipe and flush it out. I don't recommend using tissue all the time. I think you should use wipes because I just feel cleaner, and it just helps with scent and smells and odors and everything down there. So the last tip on how to smell good is your bed sheets. A lot of people don't think about this, but I'm telling you guys, not only do I have a fragrance or perfume for when I'm going out, I have a fragrance and perfume for my bed sheets. So before going to bed, I will lightly spray my bed sheets sometimes, not every day. I'm not gonna lie, I don't do this every day, but sometimes, like especially when I've just done like fresh laundry and my sheets are clean and nice, I will spray my bed sheets and spray my night outfits, and I will go to bed. And when I wake up in the morning, I'm still smelling really good. Someone actually complimented me one time when I woke up, and they're like, "You don't have bad breath." I was really flattered because, guys, I do a lot and I try my best to smell good all the time. So these are some of the tips. Of course, there's so many. There's there's like a million things that I do, but these are the top things that I haven't seen a lot of people talk about in these how to, you know, smell good all the time videos that I think that we should really talk about, because these things go far beyond spraying perfumes or like fragrances and all that stuff. I think you can actually smell good without having a million perfumes. I think it just starts with everything around you, your clothes, your house, your hair. All of these things contribute to smelling good. So if you guys enjoyed this video, I'm gonna do so much more videos on this topic. I'm gonna start a whole hygiene routine on my channel, and I would really love if you guys subscribe and turn on your post notifications and follow me, because I have so much to tell you guys. In my next few videos, I'm going to talk about how to shave, how to keep yourself clean when you're on your period. That's actually going to be my next video. Hygiene tips that you didn't even know existed. There's just so much, so make sure you guys follow this channel, subscribe, like my videos. I want to thank you guys so much for your love, comment, support, and feedback on my channel. I want to wish you guys every ounce of love, joy, happiness, and success, and I'll see you in my next video.